You're tuning into Jam World 876. For the moment you're feeling right, yo. The moods and the tides are high. Them say them never knew it. She said she never knew it till a Rasta man come in your life, yo. Yeah man, this is Norris Man and Jam 876. Kick it. Yeah man, Norris Man, Reggae international artist. Been around more than 2 decades, you know, from the 90s until now. And been releasing mostly conscious music, lovers rap, between lovers rap, roots and culture, dancehall. You know, represent roots and culture to the fullest. You know, that's the genre that I came into in the 90s. Yes, Star Trail Records. One of the persons who also produced a lot of good songs, big songs, came out from that label. At Bush Bantan, Cell Block 321, because at the time Bush Bantan opened a studio. And, a long time friend of Bush, as a kid growing up. So we go by Bush place and I was doing some recording there. There was also other producers who come to the studio to rent the time to work. And Star Trail was one of them. It was an engineer by the name of Jason that gave me the chance to record the first song for Star Trail. It's called Come Out of Your Eden, Life and Vanity, you know. Yeah, from there we just keep recording. A long time. Started out with a producer, his name is Arabic. Not well known, but one of the young producers was started out, you know. The first studio I think I went into was Black Scorpion. Yes. Yeah, those days trending, it was mostly like girl songs. Woman, the body you do, you know.
Okay.
Newly, you know, some because, you know, I was a youth, young youth, I did up the dance Yes, and that was Kings of Kings, because that was where the big break started out. Because for that label, I did the hit song called Persistence.
Yes.
And from, you know, well, there's a version called Scatter Borrell, a famous well-known producer. We all grew up as kids together. And he was an engineer, I was an artist, and we have both, you know, aspiration to pursue. So, you know, this guy came from abroad. His name was Steve Ventura, and the first digital studio that I went into, where they used to have these things on like a video camera. You know? And my friend Sketa got a job there at the studio, and then as an engineer, you know, he invited me there to come by the studio to do some work with him. And by doing that, you know, I've been going there and I've been going to Selma. You know, as a youth, you want to try to make the break, so you're recording here, you're recording here, anywhere you can get the break. Unfortunately, this virgin called Colin Levy came to that studio to do some work. But his producer had died producing. So his vision was his dream change of not only being an artist but also being a producer. With my versatility as a young kid, you know, recording on 10, 15 rhythms, you know, probably 2 days, and everybody liked my work. Eventually I was signed to Kings of Kings. Yeah. It's a traditional things where roots and culture evolved from the 60s up to the 70s to the 80s. We emulate from Gregory Isaac to Dennis Brown to Bob Marley, a host of conscious artists. So that genre was something that was exciting to me. I like melodies, I like information, you know, between fiction and non-fiction. You know, most people music is not really. So I'm also like to give you the full reality of life, what I see, the things that is happening. At that time, I was converting over eyesight Rastafari. So at the time, everything was just getting more powerful. The message was getting stronger because, you have a different vision. It's always been like that, positive music, Yeah, I learned from the elders that when you do a lot of positive music, when you get real old after many years, that's the only thing that's gonna stand, the positive music. No. Only an uncle of I have who was really a Rastafarian, but it's more than an influence, everything is there in Jamaica, from slavery. We know that the most rebellious people is Jamaican, and we always rebel because we face it hard in slavery. It was 1962 we get independence, and the Queen of England ruled us for many, many, many years until she went away. And even when they said we get independence, we did not get it because, if the English rule us, we can't go to England with our passport. Something is wrong here. But anyway, from that time, from that time coming up in the music, there was always something amongst the Rasta men, the elders, ancient Rasta men, they would be around, so that thing was there. It's like an inbound, In every community there's a Rasta man. You grow up and you're hearing Jah, you're hearing the scriptures, you're learning where you come from. We are black people, look to the east to coming up a black king. Why not look at a black man to be our king? So we look and we say, Haile Selassie, repatriation, back to Africa, seeing Rastafari, the way of life, not a religion, how we eat, a lot of things come with it, you understand? We also have this spiritual connection with the ancestors that we probably don't really know, but we can feel, the struggle, and it's still going on today, Yeah, they've always been doing that over the years. Remember that Peter Touch got beaten for smoking marijuana. They burned down a Rastafari community and killed over 8 people. It's just the other day the government decided to give us 100 million for that. Because we are the indigenous people who create something that the world can look at. Look what we created. We created Bob Marley, the most powerful human being in the world is a Rasta man singing music. So what more can we want to So the youth today, look at the young artists that coming up, Rastafari youth, still spreading the message, True.
Big step for the music.
Yeah, and it was underground for many years, and it take us a long while for somebody could go on a podium and collect a Grammy.
Right.
It wasn't like so, and even though we're still collecting the Grammy in the reggae category, it's not out on the big platform of the Grammys. So we're coming a long way. Yeah. I recorded for Fatis too, and there's a lot more songs that never released.
Right.
I remember Vice that song says, Selassie is the king, worshipping in spirit and not so flesh, yes. Go tell them that say Jah me king. But that was more like of a Sizzler camp, So I were more favorable with the Star Trail and the camp Kings of Kings. And then Bobby Digital. Those were the 3 main labels, recording labels, And then I worked with this guy from California called Just Scout Records. And I did an album for him. I did an album for him. It's called Better Your Soul.
2001.
Yes, I did an album for him. Everybody would say persistence,
Yeah,
persistence.
But
you have a lot of good albums, but you never really make it out there. But if you listen to songs on them, they are very good. Well, Persistent is always gonna be the best album. But there are other great albums that you cannot compare. They're just different. Because as you go and you evolve and you change your sound, you want to fit with what's going on. But we're still doing albums. Albums was always like long from way back in the vinyl days. You know, so just imagine a digital platform now where you put up stuff on iTunes and Spotify.
Right.
They even putting out more albums.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the process of making music.
Yes. From sound system.
Right.
I was a part of that too. Holding the mic at a sound system dance. You know, the first studio I went to as a dub plate studio was Killamanjaro. You know, and that's a champion song. Yeah, man. I was a youth at the time, and I used to see Garnett Silk come by the studio, and they used to give us money. He used to give us money.
Right.
Yeah. He's one of them. Garnett is one of them.
Right.
Great. I have seen something with Garnett Silk that no one has ever witnessed. I have seen something with Garnett Silk that was special. That's why I know he was a spiritual artist. Well, with Garnett Silk, he's a different type of human being. His habits are different, his meditation is different. And his music you can feel. At no point in time, whenever he goes to sing, it's always something positive. Yeah. No. Because when you record a song and you give the producer, after release, you hear all those stuff. And the kids, the youth today, they all have their photos studio. And 85% of them is getting into these, buying new sounds, buying, whatever, decoders, and so it's very hard to get that out. But I don't really have a problem because, my music was always on key and it was always perfect from way back. So if maybe they enhanced it a little bit to make it even sweeter, but it was always good. Yeah.
So it's not always your choice, it's more like the producer.
Yeah, because you're never there. You don't know when they're gonna. And now they train the youths, them ears now to listen to that auto-tune song. But the market, because a lot of the songs that cross over in Jamaica, the song, but you know how America do it. When America comes with something, America wants the world to follow. So them, it's a different thing going on right now, and you name all the artists use it. The different producers, how they produce. Now if I go by Bobby Digital and record, I would hear the real song. Because those men not gonna change this. I probably work with 3/4 of the producers and I think maybe Dan Kalyan at the time. What you know about or a penthouse label at the time, back in the day. But right now, it will be more like in for the big league, It will be more like for the big league. I would more like to work with artists from different parts of the world, including Africa, Afrobeat. I like it. No, I never really look into that genre of music until it becomes popular.
Alright.
And the song, But I could have said, well then, some of those songs are still coming from Jamaica. Yeah. So, we are black people and we're trying to express ourselves in that way. So sometimes these songs are relatives. I listen to a variety of music. Now we have YouTube.
Yeah, right.
I listen to a variety of music. I listen to music that I didn't even know existed. So I'm even learning right now.
Right.
In this day and age. So practically I listen to music.
Alright.
All the time.
All the time.
Every time.
Alright.
Crime, killing, the changes that is making in Jamaica, our country. We are getting new highways. The government now taking a look deeper into crime situation and how they're gonna structure their thing to make it better. They are implementing they are implementing cameras and all them stuff all over. You know, just like the United States or the other rest of places in the world that have top security. You know, we're getting money to do that. So all those things are good because we want more people to come to our country. It's beautiful, it's wonderful. You know, it's an island of land of wood and waters and fruits and all this stuff. So when the crime and the violence happen, people scared to go. So now our government is now putting into a deep look into that to make sure that, you know, crime and violence is tackled. There are a lot of issues going on, you know, domestic affair, child abuse, you know, people, you know, children missing, you know, it's going on all over the world. So we're getting more money to tackle those stuff, you know, and as I said, the Rastafarian community in Jamaica, the government also started to shed a little light in terms of the Coral Garden and what took place back in the day in Jamaica. And they said I decided to give the Rastafarian community 100 million. You know, well, right now they only give them 13 million put in their trust fund. But you know, at least we are getting somewhere. Marijuana is now decriminalized in Jamaica also, which is also a good thing. So you know, we're proud of our country, where we're from, and we think we are getting ahead and we are getting better. I'm working on albums. I'm doing an album for a guy in Portugal. Also, I'm finishing an album for a guy in England. 2 guys in England. I've just released an album in March. It's called Time. Yes. It's something a little bit different, you know.
Yes.
Not like the regular albums I've done.
More pursuit.
Yeah. And I think, especially because my daughter, she's like 18 years old, and you know, she likes that type of flavor. She'll say, "Oh, Dad, why don't you do this?" And so I said, "I'm gonna do this." So you know, it's a nice album. The message is there. I'm mostly lovers for ladies also. So you know, so far the album, I also done a video for a single that was released on my label. It's called Home and Away Music, and the song is called Sweet Thing. It's out on iTunes and all the digital platforms.
Right.
Yeah, so we're still doing the work, still doing the music. There's a change in the game right now, and the more music coming out, more artists in the business. You know, I've been in the game a long time, so the greatest thing right now is just to maintain. Yeah, something went on. It never turned out, as you can see. For some reason, the promotion and whatever never went on properly, so there wasn't much people, and then there was a disagreement between the promoter and some other person. So that show was cancelled last night, never went on. Yeah. So tonight we are here.
Alright.
So we see work tonight.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time.
Respect, love and peace and honor. Rastafarian. You're tuning into Jam World 876. For the moment you're feeling right, yo. The moons and the tides are high. Them say them never knew it. She said she never knew it till the Rasta man come in your life, yo. Yeah man, this is Norris Man and Jam 876.